this obstruction, the tube bundle removal is clashing with the handrails, right? That's why it's a hard soft clash. That is okay, I think. Okay. So here you cannot approve it. You can either remove it and recheck again. It will not come in the list. But if you don't remove it, you cannot approve it. It will keep on coming. You can only approve it in Clash Manager. So it gives you easting, northing elevation of the center of the clash item, this one, obstruction item, this, right? Similarly, so there are two cylinders here, both are clashing. In the aid it is so first with first handrail, second with second handrail, TR001. Okay, this cylinder is also clashing with obstruction volume of tube bundle removal is clashing with the obstruction volume of the cylinder, this one. So this is specified over here. Okay, so this is hard soft clashes. Now let's see few hard clashes. So cylinder is clashing with general section. Let me press F11 so you can see it is penetrating inside, right? Similarly over here it is going inside. So equipment structure somewhere along it is clashing. So these are up, uh, clash which should be approved. The only problem here is you cannot approve them. So that's why Clash Manager is used, which is separately licensed product, where some rules can be also made to ignore these clashes, not even report them, right? Same structure is clashing most. Let's see touch. Extrusion with box. You can choose to navigate on the clash item. Instruction. Okay. Yeah, so these nuts and bolts belong to different equipments actually, the top extender and bottom exchanger. So over here the blue nuts are extruding or actually touching the box. That's why it's a touch type flash, right? So you can have this kind of report is there. You can right click, save to Excel. some this name you can change, saved, and you can go and right. So it has the name of clashing item, it has the name of obstruction item. Anybody can take this report and place it in, right, an obstruction item. Say remove all, add these things. So these are clashing, right? This then the discipline that respective discipline can resolve these clashes and then run the clash again. Okay, so this is how you run clash basically. There are few things over here. Some options are there: obstruction and exclusions, limits, options, and report. So I will discuss these slowly. See, obstruction. What is an obstruction? Obstruction is what all is to be considered for clashing. By default, it consider everything for clashing, but you can exclude few things like laser models. You can add few hierarchy which need not to be uh, considered for clashing, that you can specify in the here in the exclusion list. But obstruction, you want to have limited set of obstruction. For example, you are checking clash around the equipment, uh, so you will just put obstruction as surrounding structure. Rest of the things you will say don't consider other things like HVAC cable tray for clash checking. Then you can exclusively say just check it around structure. That way you can do. And similarly, if you have selected everything, out of that everything you can exclude few things. For example, let's say this is my equipment area. This is my structure area. But I will say earlier we had 87 clashes, right? But I will exclude this structural site for clash checking. So I will say in exclusions add CE. So let's see how many clashes are remain if we excluded that site for clash checking. We checked equipment area 01. Well, I will just click on check C again. See, now only 60 clashes are there because I excluded the structural area site for clash checking and it is not considering that site. Similarly, let's say by default it is all. I will clear it and I will just say in this site consider only this column for clash checking. Even though I checked for complete site, but check only this column and say this one, this drum for clash checking, excluding still the structural site. So this is to set the obstructing item, means the item under interest. Let me check. Okay.